Hey guys, this is going to be an unboxing and my very initial review of a brand new pistol from Taurus. And this is their new G3 Tactical. I'm so excited about this pistol and I can't wait to share it with all of you guys. You know it's tough when they send a pistol like this for review ahead of time to keep it to yourself, and I've done a perfect job of it, but I really want to show you guys. So let's check this out. The G3 Tactical 9mm. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you check out my Taurus playlist. I think I have 100 Taurus videos, and needless to say, I'm a pretty big fan. And this one is pretty darn cool. So, as you can see, originally a lot of Taurus pistols came in a cardboard box, which is cool. I kind of like the look of them. Other offerings in a small hard shell case. This comes in a really nice, soft range bag. So, pretty nice right off the rip. And this pistol is going to come with all kinds of bells and whistles. I'm going to go through these, but this is a completely unmodified gun. This is literally exactly the way that it ships from Taurus. So let's check this thing out. We'll take a real quick look at the bag here. We have compartments for magazines, a couple mag pouches here. We have a pouch or holster, whatever you want to call it, for the pistol. Velcro's in there nice, a nice little keeper. We have a spot for our gun lock, and then our plates for the optics. And then our paperwork is here in the top. So take a quick look at that, and let's get into the gun itself, because I have a feeling you guys are going to want to look at some of this stuff. So, one thing I always like to talk about with these Taurus pistols, this does have a lifetime warranty. And here's a little reminder that you're going to want to activate that warranty immediately. Real easy to do online. Hey guys, I've had to use Taurus customer service a couple times. They've been great. I've never had any problem with their warranty or anything like that, so make sure you guys do that. Lifetime warranty, which is totally awesome, right? And our owner's manual, which I always suggest you read this. If you're new to guns, especially, you need to read this. This has all of your safe handling, operations, how to maintain your pistol, or if you're just new to this type of pistol, say the Taurus G series, it's going to teach you a lot about your gun, and nice owner's manual, so don't forget that. Alright. I'm going to get the pistol itself here. And you can already see it looks pretty fancy, a whole new color scheme. We have a 17 round magazine here. Our gun lock that goes in its own individual little pouch. And this is actually one of their Taurus, which means Taurus Optics Ready option. And you're going to see in this little handy pouch is a spot for all of your plates. And there's 4 plates that's going to accommodate a wide variety of optics. I'll go through those a little bit here as we go on through this review. Alright, let's take a look at this. This is my initial impressions. I did have to take a quick peek at it when I picked it up from my local FFL, obviously, to do all the paperwork and whatnot on it. But man, look at this thing. I'm going to give you guys a quick look. This is the full-size G3 9mm, obviously striker fired, polymer frame. Very similar to the G3 in some aspects, like the essence of it, but there's some bells and whistles and a couple unique features that I think is pretty cool. So it's going to come with 2 17-round magazines in most states. I see they do have a SKU for one with 2 10-round mags for people who kind of live behind enemy lines or whatever you want to call it. So 17-round mags. It comes with a nice little spacer included to make it fit flush with the grip frame. We got our chamber flag in here, brand new. And this is again just another little reminder of that lifetime warranty. Alright, let's take a look at this. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments about the different various features you're going to see. And again, everything's bone stock here. This is how it comes. Now I am going to do some initial bonus footage over on Locals. That's another site, censorship free, you can support or you can join. Check the link down there in the pinned comment. I'm going to do some other stuff that you guys are probably going to want to know about over there. And then I'll be back here on YouTube to do some follow-ups. I'll take it to the range and all of that. So, I don't know about you guys, but pretty sharp looking pistol. We have a FDE tan type frame. And this is their Patriot Brown with the Cerakote finish. on the slide. And you can also see right away, whereas the regular G3 has a 4-inch barrel, this has a 4.5 threaded barrel, and this is standard 1/2 by 28. It does come with a protective muzzle cover or muzzle nut here. Toro. So there's the cover plate there, and like I showed you earlier, the 4 interchangeable plates for almost any type of optic you're going to want to run on this. Plate 1 is going to cover the Doctor Venom Fastfire. Plate 2, the Trijicon RMR, Hollow Sun 407C, 507C. Plate 3 is the Seymour ST-S2, and plate 4 is the Leupold Delta Point Pro. So, and then equivalencies that fit those different footprints. Plenty of options there. You're also going to notice the iron sights. Very tall. These are what's called a co-witness sight. So you can use these a number of ways. Right now, there's no optic on this. You can just use those as your regular iron sights. We have a blacked out serrated rear, and this is adjustable in the dovetail. You can drift it right to left for your windage. It does have a fixed bladed front sight. Same thing, blacked out. So we're looking at a black on black sight picture that you guys can see right there, which is nice. But they're extra tall so they can co-witness with your optic and act as backup iron sights. Now some of you will find that to your advantage as you're coming to acquire that dot. You can kind of use those iron sights as a point of reference to find it. Very useful, especially if you're new to red dots. Or this could be a backup, like a fail-safe, in case somehow the battery went dead or the electronics went out on that optic. You're still going to have some irons there that can co-witness and just kind of look right through the glass, even if your red dot emitter went out, for example, and still use those iron sights. So that's why these are extra tall, to optimize for that. Boy, this is a pretty color here. Taurus, imported into Bainbridge, Georgia. I'm just giving you guys a quick look here, just so you can kind of pick up that nice color contrast. I've done several reviews on the G3 before. I just wanted to highlight some of the differences in this one right off the rip. But I am actually going to go through and just talk about this gun a little bit, because maybe there's somebody new to the channel that just wants my opinion on this G3 Tactical, but also the G series in general. I started off on my channel reviewing the G2C, excellent pistol. Then we went to the full-size G3. They introduced a newer style trigger, which I'm going to show you in a minute here, that I really like. G3C, we have the G2S single stack. We have the G3X, the G3XL. I mean, lots of pistols that all fall within this line. And like I said, check out that Locals video. I'm going to do a little bit of Legos with it, because I think some of you want to know. That might not be appropriate for YouTube, but definitely over there. So, very, very sharp looking firearm. Instantly, I'm like, man, that just looks awesome. Now, since it's a G3, and all of these G series, like I was just talking about, this pistol fits my hand like a glove. The polymer frame is just right. It has a nice contour where I can get my hand right here high on the grip. Still not worried about any type of slide bite with that pretty generous beaver tail there. It has a nice little troughed out ledge area here where I can have my finger in the ready position here. And also coming around to the left side, my thumb just fits and it cradles and just nestles right in there. Me shooting with a thumbs forward type of grip, I can get my support hand here, wrap it around, and it actually has a nice little indexing pad for me to put my thumb there. And man, these guns are just a pleasure to shoot. I've said this so many times before. These G-Series Taurus being rather affordable, they're kind of like a working man's gun as far as the price range, the reliability and all of that. But I'll tell you guys what, I own more expensive guns. And even if I had money to get a gun custom made for me and my hands, it would actually end up shaped just like this. Like, I really couldn't ask for anything more. Just the comfort, the way this pistol fits my hand. It's just awesome. And I've talked about this a lot before, but it's true. The grip is plenty aggressive enough. Very good grip here. I'm not worried about the gun slipping around in my hand. Certainly not worried about dropping it. Right in the right areas, along the sides of the grip frame here, the back strap, onto the front. But they leave it nice and smooth up here, which is awesome. No reason to chafe the webbing of your hand with a bunch of grip up there when you're actually squeezing and putting most of the grip pressure down in this area. So Everything about the grip I really like. The mag catch right here, easy to get to. You can see the mag drops free very easily. Usually when you're on camera, it's easy to drop a mag, but I'm trying to get this in focus just effortlessly, guys. You can see it gets itself right out of there, even upside down. Lots of spring tension in these mags. These mags have been good to go. It comes with two 17-round mags. I'm going to take this to the range and shoot it, obviously, but it's pretty clear to me it's also going to take the 15-round G3 mags. So bonus, if you already have a regular G3, you're going to be able to take all those mags you already have, shift them over to this, and have a bunch of firepower at the range, or for self-defense, home defense, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all of those good things. The slide, steel slide, serrations, nothing gaudy, nothing crazy looking, but they just work. Plenty grippy there, nothing too over aggressive. Same thing with the front. If you like to do your press checks, or if you have an optic on the rear, I find myself using the front serrations more and more because it can get a little clumsy once in a while. Yeah, you can rack it off the red dot, but unless you're in a big hurry or in a competition, it does get some fingerprints on the front, so I've been finding myself kind of gravitating towards that. The barrel. DLC coated barrel. That's the diamond light carbon, which is very nice. Taurus is putting this in several of their pistols nowadays, and I think it's an excellent finish. So really happy with the DLC. And just now, this is my first impressions, guys. I took the chamber flag out for the first time with all of you. Boy, I wanted to take it out and shoot it first. But this is how I do my reviews. I always have. I give you guys a review right out of the box. Then I'll do follow-ups later, both here on YouTube as well as over on Locals. This is smooth. Oh my gosh. Very, very smooth. Not that my other Taurus G series aren't smooth, but this one, it feels like it's on ball bearings. I don't know if any of you guys pull wrenches for a living. I'm a landscaper for a living, but I'm always working on my own equipment and truck. And I have cheap old toolboxes, and the doors open and close. You ever go to one of your mechanics buddies' shops where he has that nice snap-on tool chest or something along those lines? How nice those drawers are on ball bearings? This is what this is reminding me of. I know you guys aren't with me here, but if you could just, I guess you have to take my word for it. Maybe you can hear. Wow. This thing literally feels like it's on greased ball bearings. Take a look here. Now here's another feature that I really, really like about some of the newer Taurus pistols. And this is kind of a point of contention, guys. I'm not going to dwell on it too long because I actually have a G3C, a couple of them. I bought a second one. That's how much I'm a fan of these things. With my own money, I bought a second G3C with the frame-mounted safety, and I have one of their new no-frame safety G3Cs. So I'm going to talk about this concept more later. So give you guys something to look forward to. But in my opinion, an awesome feature of this pistol is no manual safety on the frame. Now, is safety important to me? Obviously. But this pistol still has several safeties. And before I go into those, the main safety is right here in your brain, knowing those 4 rules of gun safety, following them all the time, no matter what. And nobody's going to get hurt if you're always following those rules, right? Also, keep that finger out of the trigger. That's one of the main rules of gun safety. Now, no manual safety. This is going to be a lot more familiar to the manual of arms of a lot of pistols, like Glock and many others that a lot of people are used to. And look, I know this goes both ways. I love all the other G-Series pistols with the manual frame-mounted safety too. I'm going to dedicate a whole video to compare and contrast. But I get it, guys. You do you. I'll do me. I understand both. I truly do. But I really like the fact that this doesn't have a manual safety because of 2 reasons. It can't inadvertently be brushed on. And if I'm not practicing constantly worrying about that safety, which does slow down your first shot. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's just that extra manipulation and extra manual of arms. Something you could possibly forget when your life's in danger and you're running purely on adrenaline and gross motor skills where you might not be thinking like you are when you're just sitting there watching a YouTube video, for example. So to me, keep it simple for the stupid, because you are going to become stupid. You are going to become dumbfounded. I've never been in a life-threatening situation with a firearm, but that's what everybody says. And you're going to fall back to your lowest denominator of training, of thought, things like that. So even if you say, well, I have a safety and never use it, you still got to kind of practice snicking it off, which does add a little extra time to that jaw stroke, whether it's for self-defense, defending your home, things like that, or if you're competing with it. And clearly, this is advantageous to the competitor. It has lots of competitive features on it, such as that threaded barrel, the Toro optics ready option. So I'm really glad to see there's no safety on this. Now, for those of you that love safeties, they make plenty of other pistols that do, and from what I understand, they're going to continue to do so. So to me, that's a plus. The other thing is the trigger, which is very good on the G2C. Is not bad, guys. It's not a bad trigger, but it's not great. But as soon as they went into the full-size G3, continuing into the G3C, G3XL, G3X, this, I'll call it kind of like phase 2 of the G series triggers. Really good triggers. And if this is anything like my newer ones that don't have safeties, because Taurus has been introducing that within the past few months, it feels like it's just a little bit cleaner. Because even if you don't have that safety engaged, right, it still adds like a little bit of components that are still interlinking in there. And the trigger is great. It really is. On even the ones with the manual frame mounted safety. But the safety-less ones, the other 3 I have in the collection, are just that much better. Just a little more clean, a little more crisp. We're going to get into that. 1 second here. Now keep in mind, I was going to say there's the safeties, meaning you're responsible for your own safety, obviously. Training if you need it, practice, things like that. But we do still have some physical safeties. And the number one here is going to be that blade safety. You have to depress that blade fully before it's going to allow you to pull the trigger back. If you just inadvertently were to brush this from the side or something like this, see, it's not going to go back. It's not going to drop that striker. So that's definitely a manual physical safety right there. The other physical safety is going to lie within the slide, and that's going to be your striker blocker or drop safety, if you will. And that basically prevents the striker from just falling forward if it was dropped, if it was hit hard in the rear, whatever. Now you actually have to pull the trigger. Part of the trigger mechanism is going to push on what looks like a little button there. Get that out of the way. That's your striker blocker to then allow the striker to fall forward, hit the primer, and start the firing sequence. So we've got a couple of physical safeties there. We also have a loaded chamber indicator here on the top. That's another safety where you can look in. If you see a piece of brass, you're hot. If you don't, you still have to treat all guns as though they're loaded, but it's just an extra little, visual reference there that's going to help you with your safety a little bit. Let's check this trigger out. This is going to be a single action with what Taurus calls their restrike capability, or you could call it single action, double action. So when we fire a shot or rack the first round in, our trigger is going to go into a single action. This is the first time I pulled this trigger. Let's see what we think together here. So I'm going to depress that blade safety first. Get that right up there where you guys can hopefully see it. Okay, so very little resistance. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to hit a wall. Nice. Let's try the reset. Right there. Very short reset. Very crisp shooting off the reset. Look on the back of the trigger shoe, guys, on the very bottom. See that little nub? We're looking right in this general area here. Right on the bottom rear of the trigger shoe, there's a little nub. That's your over travel stop. So I'll show you guys how that works. We notice it breaks here and it stops. That little over travel stop keeps us from having that follow through, a little bit of sponginess, meaning you're not pulling the trigger any longer than necessary. So that's good. That's going to lead to a faster follow-up shot, obviously. I'm going to check this reset again. These are the first pulls, guys. Usually triggers always get better with time. Right there. Guys, this trigger's smooth. Oh yeah. Here, let me just kind of pull it naturally a couple times, give you guys my impressions the best I can. I really like the blade safety on these G3 pistols. It's very wide. Nice and wide there. A little bit of serrations for grip. And when you depress it, it's perfectly flush. It does not stand proud of the trigger shoe like some of them do. It's hard to focus in on that. Let's see if we can get that to focus in right there. Look at that. Completely flush. Nothing sticking out. Let me get this darn tag out of my way, guys. I'm going to get this off of here. Boy, Taurus has stepped up their adhesive game a little bit on this. Shout out to Taurus for putting so much adhesive on the sticker, making it look like I can't pull a sticker off. These stickers are strong, guys. All right. Let's try this one more time. All right, a little bit of take up here. Wow. This is smooth. The trigger's smooth. The slide is smooth. All right. Right there. There's our reset. We're ready to fire. This feels good coming off the reset. Man, very, very comfortable. Wide shoe. The trigger safety is nice. Now, let's say for whatever reason we fire that shot. Click, no bang. It could be a bad primer, right? And there's bad ammunition. It happens, guys. You know. Now you could do the tap, rack, put it in single action and go again. Or you can utilize Taurus's restrike. So, one more time. Single action. Click, no bang. I can let the trigger all the way out. It's going to put it into a longer, heavier, double action pull. So now if you notice, before I had like, you know, the take up was like nothing, just right back to that wall. Now I'm starting to notice tension just right here. Much further forward. It's a longer, heavier, double action, and that's a restrike. So every time I'm pulling this, that striker is dropping and it's re-engaging with the primer. Obviously this is unloaded right now, but if there was ammo in it, so that gives you that second shot capability that could be useful to you guys in a self-defense situation, on the range, whatever. Another thing that's really nice about this restrike or double action is if you're doing your dry fire practice. You know, a lot of you guys use laser training aids and all of that kind of stuff. Well, that allows you to sit there and just keep focusing while you're doing your training without having to click. You know, most striker fires, when you pull the trigger just stays back to the rear and it's dead. You have to cock the slide to get it to work. Nope, single action there. I'm coming back out. Just a little bit longer, heavier, double action pull. So, man, I really like this pistol a lot, guys. 2 17 round mags, which is nice. I love the color scheme. Jeez, oh Pete, look at that. 1/2 by 28. I'm probably going to put a Swamp Fox Kingslayer on here, which is a budget optic that I really like. I'll be doing follow-ups at the range with that. We can see this has a standard 1913 mil standard Picatinny rail there with the 3 slots, which is very nice, right? So plenty of things you can do to this. Comes with all the bells and whistles right out of the box. Very smooth. Like I said, check the link. I'm going to do some initial follow-ups, but you guys are going to see this pistol quite a bit more on this channel because, man, really how it looks doesn't matter in a way. It's how does it function. But let's face it, if you can have a pistol that's very ergonomic in your hands, which this definitely is, and it's reliable, which I haven't shot this yet, but my G-Series Tauruses have been very reliable. That's the second win for you. And if it looks good, that doesn't hurt, right? So I'm kind of excited. One more thing with the ergonomics. We can see our slide catch here. This is metal. Just come right up. I'm just trying to get this in frame, guys. Very easy for me to reach here. So let me do this again. Press up on it to hold the slide open. Yeah, very easy. Effortless. With a mag in there, it's going to be a little harder, but I did a whole video talking about that and all the reasons why, right? But still doable. Let me know what you guys think about the Taurus G3 Tactical. I'm definitely looking forward to taking it out to the range. Getting this thing all outfitted and ready to go, but this is kind of like, you know, their entry into the competition grade pistol. If you think about it, nice 4.5-inch barrel, Toro, those tall co-witness sights, 17 round standard, ×2. So, lots of rounds on tap. I'm going to play Legos, though, because some of you guys are going to say, will this fit that, or will that fit this? And I have a pretty good idea, but that's what I'm going to do in that quick follow-up video over on Locals, just to keep YouTube happy, because I like hanging out here, and I go on another site and talk about all kinds of Taurus stuff, and stuff about all kinds of other guns, too. And that'd be my Locals community. really nice that it comes with this range bag. I like this. It's a range bag that's custom tailored, like I showed you guys earlier, for the handgun. Feels like a Cordura nylon. Very nice. The zipper feels really good. Really nice heavy duty steel pulls on here that you could definitely put a padlock through. I like the paperwork compartment, not only for the pistols paperwork, but just other type of paperwork you might want to bring with you. Maybe you put your club membership card in there or whatever. One magazine in the gun, one more here. We've still got room for that third mag there. This is all Velcro back, so you can change all this stuff around. So you can put the end of the slide, put the snout of the pistol in here, and then it secures the grip frame here through this little buckle and the hook and loop Velcro type. Your optics plates are there, your lock or whatever goes in there. And see what I mean, guys? You can actually tear this stuff off here with the Velcro and move it all around and customize it for yourself. And might even be able to get another mag pouch or something somewhere in here, you know, if you move stuff around or substituted. So I like this. I think it's a nice touch. I think that this pistol is definitely pretty cool. I'll just say that at the very least. And I can't believe I did such a good job of keeping this to myself, because so many of you guys are my friends on here, and it's like, man, I'm just sitting here looking at this, and I'm like, you know, I want to give the people a review right out of the box, like I normally do. Honest first impressions. But man, this trigger's only going to get better the way I pull it, the more times I pull it. But right now, the trigger feels excellent, just right out of the box. Very, very smooth. That DLC barrel. I'm noticing a couple differences already between this and the G3, by the way, besides the obvious ones. But we'll get into that more, and that leaves me to more follow-up videos. I've been going 25 minutes already, so I could probably talk to you guys for another hour, because I like hanging out with you guys at the shop. But I'm going to get off for now. Check that pinned comment for more information on this, and I have some more Taurus videos to come, and we can talk about that G3C no safety versus with manual safety, because I have both. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about that topic. But there we go. Taurus G3 Tactical Patriot Brown slide, looking good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.